Yep, gotcha.
Okay, there
yes,
you
sir.
are.
Sorry about that. So, hey, media days. Did you bring the lightsaber?
No, I didn't bring any lightsabers with me, man.
Hey,
No.
I'm sorry. I had to ask. I had to go
Yeah,
with that. But
you're good.
I did want to ask you that game, Florida,
Mm-hmm.
going for two, making the tough call at the end of the game. Obviously, you score the 2-point conversion, you win the game, you're a hero. But if you don't, everyone calls you an idiot. That's the way it is. You know, being an SEC head coach. So what gives you the confidence to go for that? I mean, it just uber confidence that your team can execute that.
Well, it was a decision rooted in something that we had discussed throughout the summer. Honestly, it was one of those things that leading up to that, with the new overtime rule changes, if you get the ball second to start overtime, the very next time you get the ball, go again, and you have to go for two.
Right.
And so, for me, it was an opportunity to win the game, call your best 2-point play, something you feel good about, something that you practice, and we executed it. I really don't make decisions based off of what I think other people are going to say about me. Regardless of my takes, whatever I say on here, there's going to be a certain group of people that don't like what I say because they're fans of other teams or they have a preconceived notion of who I am or whatnot. And so I'm okay with that. I know who I am. I'm confident in what we're trying to do and lay my head on the pillow at night, regardless.
Simple question. Who's your quarterback? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I know you're going to. No, I do
good.
want to ask. One thing that when you came in, you talked about locking down the borders, recruiting the state.
Yeah.
And you've been doing a great job on that. But I want to ask you about one instance. When you were at Raytown High School on January 14th, you rolled in with a dump truck.
Yeah.
So I want to know the thought process. Was that your idea, or were you sitting in there and saying, let's do this, let's try something different?
Man, I think when you're a brand like Missouri and you're trying to reinvent yourself, you have to be creative and you have to try things that are going to set you apart from everybody else. And again, being in-state, having the connections that we had, we were able to utilize Martin Rucker, a former great player who now owns a construction company, and able to utilize his dump truck and resources, and hopefully made the right impression.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Now, we've seen you on the sidelines of the basketball games and stuff going wild and crazy. Have you ever seen that? There's video, there's images of Bruce Pearl when he was at Tennessee, shirt off, painted up. What's it going to take for Coach Drinkwitz at a Missouri basketball game with his shirt off, painted Mizzou?
Man, I tell you what, I was this close to doing it when we played Auburn at home this year in #1, but I don't want it to be about me.
Yeah.
And that was really the ultimate decision making. Was like it needs to be about our Mizzou basketball team, and they know I'm there and cheering for them and rooting for them. But it's not really about me; it's about them and knowing that they have my support. And so that's kind of the reason I didn't do it. So that's kind of the guiding principle. Is I don't want it to ever be. I want to utilize my influence in a positive way, but I don't want it to be where it's about me instead of about the student athletes or about the university.
Mm. I want to ask you about Arkansas, because every time we send a tweet out about Mizzou, there's 20 comments from Arkansas fans. That
absolutely.
Rivalry is getting bigger and bigger every year.
Isn't that a good thing?
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I wanted to follow up because you're from there.
Mm-hmm.
You played there. You went to school there.
Yeah.
What does that rivalry mean to you?
Still a member of the Arkansas Teacher Retirement Association. Both me and my wife are, just in case college football don't work out. We can go back. Hopefully somebody would hire me back in the state. Hopefully I still have enough relationships.
That's right. Didn't burn too many bridges, did you?
Yeah. I mean, that's fandom, right?
Yeah.
And believe me, I know there's a lot of people that don't like me. They made sure to tell me about it when I was in the stadium last year too. But you know what? That's always going to be home. That's a special place. But we have to have a rivalry, right? And you got to create it somehow.
Yeah.
And you can't create it by sitting there and telling everybody how good they are and all that. You got to try to stoke a little fire. And
I love it.
It's not personal. I think Sam has done a great job, and obviously whipped our butt last year and made us like it. And
Absolutely.
so as a team, we've got to respond to that. It's exciting. So it doesn't bother me. I know there's a lot of fans that that don't like me. That's okay.
Oh, that's all right.
That's all right.
Last thing I got for you, Coach, Luther Burden.
Yeah.
That's a kid everybody in the country wanted. He stays home, goes to Mizzou. What's that mean for your program? And, what's the expectations for him his first year?
Well, for us, it just meant that people are believing in what we're selling, and we got to do a great job of coming through with all the things that we said that we were going to be able to do for him, both while he's here playing for us and afterwards, being able to make sure that he's got an opportunity to be successful in the rest of his life. I've tried not to put undue expectations or pressure on him, but he is a great player with a unique skill set and a great competitive spirit and heart, and look forward to him being the best version of himself, and whatever that is for our football team will be it will be an improvement.
Last question I've got.
Okay.
You've got a house full of women. Well, I think you got 15 daughters now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not Catholic or LDS. I only got 4 daughters. Okay, and that's okay.
Well, I've come from a house full of women myself.
Okay,
that's
good.
Why I have no hair. But
Me
I am
too.
curious. Your escape. Some people talk about a man space. Some people do a hobby. We created a SEC podcast. So
That's a great idea.
I'm just curious. What do you do to kind of relax, particularly in the off season?
Coach football. That's
turn
my
it off.
escape. No, I mean I go back to the office.
Yeah.
When we go on vacation, we like to be around the water. We went down to Table Rock Lake for a week.
That's
and
good.
then been down to the beach. My wife loves going to the beach, and so we do things like that. But I don't really have a hobby in my office and in my basement. I have a guitar, and so if I've got to get away from the girls in my own house, then I'll go downstairs. And the other night I was playing the electric guitar for a while, for 45 minutes. My wife was like, "Are you done with your concert?" So I'm trying to learn a new Eric Church song, so I was working on that.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us.
Best of luck
Yeah, man.
this season.
Appreciate y'all. Yep.
Good luck this season.
Thank
sir.
you, man.